Not supposed to say one.
Oh, well.
I'm just not on
said it
camera,
now.
so I can't point at you.
Oh, there we go. Welcome back, everybody.
Good to be back.
What up?
Hell
Hello, hello.
yeah. That's 2 in a row. You know what they call that?
Coincidence?
Streak?
I think you need 3 for a streak. I think 2 is a coincidence. I think.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Oh, I see.
yeah. 2 is a coincidence. 3 is a pattern. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, 2 weeks in
Three
a
is the
row.
turkey.
That's a good coincidence for me.
Welcome back to Zelenkov, everybody. Y'all want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Picking up where we left off. Y'all are in hell, I think. Kind of adjacent. Hard to say. We made it to Zephyr proper. The party, after leaving the Elder's chambers, were escorted by Elvira Brimstone and her sister, also Elder Leola Brimstone. As you exited the massive tower, Saishori, you were, in a good way, slightly overcome by whether it was what you were expecting to begin with and then let down and then expecting again, the massive amount of tiefling presence here. Hundreds of thousands in their number, a full society. You walked down the blackened stone and glass streets and buildings, made your way through town, taking in some of the sights. Got the general good tidings from the populace here. A couple of odd looks, not in a bad way, but more so just in the fact that there are new people here in town to see the sights and what's going on. You made your way over to the Historical Society. First and foremost, do some light reading for the afternoon and into the early evening. Upon research and getting help from the archivist here, you were handed different tomes and books and research material that were at the disposal here in Zephyr. Some of your research turned up more fruitful than others. Ravi, you did some research on historical artifacts resembling this broken rod, this piece of, magic from history, and were able to stumble upon a excerpt from a war gone by talking about clashing of different cultures and these, different elemental planes and creatures of the, night and the abyss that happened here or happened in Falfir. The height of this battle ended with a single individual who was kind of loosely sketched holding this large kind of staff that, upon the conclusion of the fighting, was able to either end the war or end at least that conflict, but the staff he carried shattered into 7 pieces and were scattered throughout Felfair somewhere. Saishori, while not finding any particular information about Sepharis Jezerlog or the Jezerlog family, you were at least told that there was information here about them. You failed upward a little bit as you found out that that information was currently outside of the security clearance even having an elder here would grant you. And Valir, as you continued your research deep and started flipping through pages, very old, very not written not in historical fashion, but more so of a story told of not quite nursery rhyme, but definitely like older, like simpler words and characters to help describe beings above and beyond that of comprehension. You found a book about what appeared to be the planes and their rulers, or at least the rulers of the time when this book was written. And in such describing what you could only deduce were the 4 names of the great old ones, leaders of the elemental planes. 7, you knocked a bunch of bookshelves over.
Yeah, I did.
But after a very successful day here in the Historical Society, you made your way out and over to kind of more the shopping district and places where you can get some food. You dine on some of the local delicacies with Leola and Elvira before they eventually had to bid you adieu for the evening, but not before leading you to the Lava Hearth Tavern, where they said you could get rooms for the evening, settle down, and kind of get yourselves ready for what is probably going to be at least a couple days stay, as the elders went through the paperwork and the proper channels to assemble the small army contingent under Rexus Unger that will help you on your assault of Zane and his mercenaries. We pick back up here in the kind of tavern area of the Lava Hearth. Vinteth, you had just caught a glimpse of an individual sitting at a back corner booth that eyes lingered on Seven for just a little too long. As you started to approach him, that's where we'll pick up.
Oh yeah. I forgot I was talking to somebody like
Come on.
instantly.
The bar.
I approach him. I sit down. I don't say anything right away. Bartender.
You're approaching the bartender or the gentleman?
I'm gonna sit next to him, but I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to the bartender instead.
Yep, easy enough. A moment goes by. You catch the eye of one of the bartenders working. They come over. It's like, "Good evening. What can I get you?"
I'm not entirely sure what passes for currency here. As you can see, we're guests. I'd simply like some sort of ale.
We could do, and don't worry, we do accept all forms of currency here: gold, silver, copper. You know, pieces of trade, somewhat, but mostly coin here.
Good to know. I'll just give him a gold and say, keep it coming.
Very well. Goes and wanders off, grabs you an ale, brings it back a moment later, puts it on the table.
What's my buddy next to me doing?
Give me an insight check.
19.
19. As you sit down next to him and start to order a drink, he quickly, after realizing you were kind of approaching him, he reverted his gaze into his cup, and he seems to just be kind of that head down, focusing on his drink. He doesn't seem to be sipping it at the moment, but at least looks like he's in deep contemplation over either the bottom of his drink or something else, but you're unsure what.
Do you look nervous or just more concerned? Like,
The
I'm not.
19, I would say a little bit nervous and somewhat curious.
I'll turn to him. Like, something interesting in the bottom of that cup, friend?
Give me a persuasion check.
14.
Oh, just contemplating how long I have until I finish it and then have to head back. Oh, home for the evening.
Are you almost done? Before he can answer, I'm gonna be like, barkeep! Ale for my friend here.
Oh no, you don't have. That's too kind. It's not necessary at all.
Don't worry about it. Have a drink. We're on vacation, technically.
Barkeep comes over, fills up the tankard, kind of nods, sheepishly towards the bartender, and then kind of gives you without picking his gaze up to meet yours fully. Like he's still looking in your direction, but kind of not wanting to make eye contact directly with you. Kind of tips the glass. Thank you kindly, and hope you enjoy. You pick an interesting place for vacation.
Not here by choice, but make do with what you
Very
got.
Very few are. So.
Vinteth, by the way.
Jasper.
This guy tiefling? What is he? I'm assuming he's a tiefling.
Yeah, I mean, kind of looking at him now as you get closer, he is a tiefling male. Probably hard to gauge based on the little information you know about tieflings and their like age spans, but it definitely seems older in years at least. Where in that spectrum that is, you're not certain. Um, his skin color and tone is kind of like a blackish gray. He's got like solid white hair pulled back, and you can see just the faintest of like rows of horns, like kind of crowning his head.
Multiple rows of horns?
Yeah, kind of like almost like a circle of horns instead of having like large ones. They're kind of just like little like bumps that just protrude out of his hairline.
Gotcha. Jasper, I like that name. How long have you been you guys down here? Take a big swig of my ale.
I've been in Zaporil for quite a time. Few decades at this point.
Beautiful city. We thought the tents were the city.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and it's been enough to keep us going for a while. So I guess it works.
Do you have a job down here? Do you just live?
Oh yeah, I work mostly in call it acquisitions.
Are you a broker of some sort?
No, nothing like that. I there's a how to put this. Um, we don't have a lot of natural resources down here, but what we do have has to be gathered from outside the city limits.
You don't mind sharing? Like what? Assuming water is a little tough to come by.
Water is definitely tough to come by and not really found down here. That's usually we have to trade that from up top. But metal, stone, other natural resources that we can use for construction, forging, things of
Smithing
that nature.
goods. Yeah, I
Of course, yeah.
see that. Are you're not a blacksmith, you're just buying natural resources? How do you do that? Is there other cities down here you could trade with, or
Give me another persuasion check.
18?
You see, he takes another long like sip of the drink that's in his hand. Uh, Not so much cities. It's mostly just going out and well, getting from the land that in the environment that we have here. The city itself is pretty much well settled, but everything outside of it is a little bit chaotic.
So like some kind of expedition mining team?
So you can call it that. Anyway, enough about. There's a lot of questions for a man on vacation.
I'm just interested. I'm fascinated by this down here. I'm from Vertrag, and in the past 6 months or so, my mind has been blown wide open. Traveling, I'm embracing it. Learning about, my homeland for the elves, because I grew up around mostly humans. Never got to go see Crowhaven, not yet anyway. Went through Falthier, went through the Waste and came here, and now we find out that there's an actual tiefling city. I've seen like 2 tieflings my entire life. So, forgive me for being curious.
No forgiveness needed. It's we are an interesting bunch, and of course, if you're not from around here or know of here, it's a lot to take in. So I no offense taken.
Have you ever seen a Bahir?
I'm sorry, what?
Bahir.
Can't say that I have.
You had to fight a bunch of them to get here. Drink more ale. Or keep.
As you keep filling up, as this conversation's happening, what are the rest of you doing? As you entered in here, I believe I want to say it was Ravi and Zaishori took the lead on getting room keys and rooms for the evening.
Yeah,
Which you have
think
officially
we paid.
gotten. Yep. So you two went to the bar, got room keys. Vinteth, you notice this gentleman went over. What are the rest of you doing in this? Is as you enter the establishment and are watching things transpire?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch Vinteth because it's weird seeing him so friendly.
Okay.
I am with 7, drinking and just kind of whispering to 7, because it is kind of weird seeing Vintage just go up to somebody. So I'm just like, 7, I think Vintage has a crush on that guy.
That's the time you see him buy this guy a drink.
Oh,
You,
wow.
you think I should use the wand on him for the last time today?
You already used it 3 times. Shut the fuck up.
I thought I used it twice.
No, you used it 3 times. You gave me one last one, and I passed them all.
Yeah, you did say right before we ended, I'm going to use it one more time. You did use all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
ask. I did
Yeah.
ask for the D20 roll as well. So
Yeah.
Would have been a great idea to use the wand now, but it's okay. Just
Yeah.
weird for him to be socializing just out of nowhere. He's usually very
Diplomatic.
sure, yeah, let's go for that.
I want to ruin it.
No. I he might ruin it for himself. We'll see. We'll see how this
Oh.
plays out.
Yeah. And hopefully he fails and Sun's gonna rub his hands together menacingly. I think there's only one way that
Oh,
goes.
sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
let's
Remember,
let's
DM
wait and
is
see.
back. I'm gonna ask if
He's right there.
yeah, there we go. DM. So after we get the keys, just turning around, obviously we see Vinteth doing whatever he's doing. And besides that, is there anyone I understand that obviously these are all tieflings, but is there anyone who appears to be of note, in this bar?
sure. Give me let's call it a perception check.
Okay. I'm clicking the number and it's not letting me roll. That's weird. Can someone? I'll try to figure this out. Can someone just roll one for me? It's a +3.
Sure. I'll just add 3 to it. 6.
Well, alrighty then.
Yeah, I think Ravi, there's not a whole lot of patrons here right now. It is early evening, so there's only like outside of your crew, you guys probably doubled the amount of people that were in this room. nobody that stands out to you directly, but I guess you take more note of the fact that somebody caught, Vintet's eye. Probably the most interesting thing in the room right now.
I'm gonna let him do his thing. Yeah, that's look, Zajori, if he's making friends, this must be a very interesting place. Are you concerned at all of him making a bad impression for the group?
I am concerned.
Let's mitigate that. I'm just gonna look to everyone. Excuse me, all. Just on behalf of our group, just wanted to thank you all for giving us a warm welcome to Zephrel, and just buy everyone a round of drinks. So I'll turn to the bartender and right, I don't know, 5 gold. I don't know what we're looking at here. And probably not much, but I'm gonna give
No.
him 5 gold.
We hand him some water from the jug.
That will be 20 soul
Oh.
coins, please.
Oh, I forgot about the water.
Cool. Yeah, easy enough. There's quick cheers and you're
After because the rest I'm gonna say to the bartender, I should be like, and the rest is for you, with one question on mine. I'm happy that you all here accept whatever currency is available. We've heard whispers of these soul coins. Now, is there any inherent value to those beyond gold then? The sense of, are there some merchants who only deal in that currency?
give me a persuasion check.
Okay. God damn it, dude. I reloaded. I don't know what's going on, Rochi. I'm sorry. I'm going to reload D&D Beyond.
Yeah. I mean, worst case, if you're in the map, you should be able to open the free dice roller.
Maybe that's what was getting screwed up. The map wasn't opening for me either. Campaigns. Zelenkov. I'm just going to reload my character and hope this works. I don't know, man. If I launch the game, it says I'm getting an error when I load the map. I don't know what's going on my end, man. I'm sorry.
No
I
worries.
haven't.
You should check if you're signed in. Sometimes it still lets you to the link, but sometimes you're signed out. It's weird.
It lets me go to my profile.
Oh, weird.
No, I haven't made any changes since last week. Maybe I'll just try it on Chrome instead. Someone can roll for me in the meantime. I'm sorry. So
Well, I have bad luck. Apparently, so someone else.
Just a D20.
yeah.
Right.
Plus 0. So yes. I
Well,
am going to use one of my
Huge.
one of my minor chronal shifts on that one.
so, somebody else roll.
I'll roll.
All collectively holding our breath. There it is.
Hey, we're in double
Nice.
digits.
It's better.
You see as he kind of scoops the coins off the bar, he kind of leans into you closely, and in a familiar, like Robbie, you've exchanged hush whispers before. He kind of like leans into you. Well, thank you kindly for your patronage.
Of course.
Most places around here, coin, gem, trade for, things from the surface, water, foods, are probably going to go further.
Hmm.
There are certain individuals who trade further in that would be interested if you are looking to conduct commerce or trade for soul coin. We are not quite, we are hell adjacent here, not in
Hmm.
hell technically. This is a plane that exists between.
Ah, I see. I don't think the details were made fully clear, but that makes sense. Well, I wouldn't mind looking into these. You do mention some goods from above surface. What merchants can we speak with about that? We may have some food, some spare rations and water that we would be able to negotiate with.
I mean, nobody in specific. If there's any, most shops, if it's something they're interested in, would trade for those type of things, so either goods or service. For instance, water isn't exactly easy to get here. I would trade water instead of gold for some things. Just to fill my stores as long as it's fresh, clean water. But yeah, things like that. It's an easier commodity that we can only usually get brought down from above.
Right. Oh. And just for my info, if I did want to inquire about those coins, who would I speak
People who'd be most interested in those, they're not the type that are easily found or talked to, but the ones that'd be most interested in it would be the Delvers.
Delvers?
They're the individuals that have permission and for whatever reason head down below to they make expeditions down to hills, and I'm not quite sure of the business. It's not my business what their business is, but
No.
they would probably be the most interested in that sort of currency.
Okay. I'm someone who likes to be prepared. You understand. If there's one thing I've
course.
learned in my travels, you never know where you're going to end up.
I can certainly see that. Brought a couple elves and I don't know what that one is, but
Hmm.
I'm no one to judge.
He is a friend.
Friend's coin is good here. That's all I care about.
Indeed. Well, thank you for the info. I'm going to get back to the group.
Enjoy your stay, and if you need anything, just let me know.
Will do.
Were we all over there for that conversation or no?
It's
It's a
Zaishuri may have
large
been.
place.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
Zaishuri definitely would have been. Valir and Seven are kind of more focused on what was happening with Vintet. Suji, where were you in this?
I'm mostly just chilling.
Okay.
I see a bunch of tieflings and I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, Suji, I would say with your passive, if you were kind of like in the middle of the group, you would have definitely heard that conversation, at least parts of it.
Okay, so I heard the parts I wanted to hear. Gotcha.
Yeah.
DM, can you repeat the name of the group again?
Delvers,
Delvers.
where they delve down into hell.
I was just thinking, yeah, it's literally the people who were delving up the hell.
For Super
Got it.
Earth.
So
For
this guy,
Zephyr.
the implication is this guy doesn't have specific names. There's a group of people with this designation, and I would have
Correct.
to find one with that designation. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, he doesn't have or was at least willing to give you certain names, but gave you the group
Fair.
name.
That works for me. That's all I have.
All right. Meanwhile, Vinteth,
Meanwhile, back at the bar.
about 20 feet away.
All right, Jasper, let me level with you. I didn't come over here just to have a drink. I noticed you eyeing my big friend over there. I wanted to feel you out.
He's my man.
Oh, I almost came out with
Uh,
it.
Give me another persuasion check.
10.
You see, he kind of stops sipping the drink for a second and kind of puts it down. He's like, forgive me for staring. It's the first time I've seen one of those things upright.
That's exactly what I thought. You knew something. See, Jasper, we can be friends. We can be friends. Would you like to meet him? He's very friendly. Can be very friendly. Just don't call him a pet or a rock.
I mean, I don't need to necessarily meet him. I just,
He would be delighted to meet you because you know more about him than I do. Originally, I'm going to be completely honest with you here, Jasper. Originally, if you didn't know anything, I was going to have him probably fuck with you. Or you fuck with him and then walk away and somebody's going to suffer the consequences. But you know something, and I'm not really a mean guy. I wasn't going to let him hurt you, but, you know, little prank. He has this wand. He likes to make me smile. I'm not really a smiley guy. It's a thing. Anyway, you said you've seen more of them somewhere?
I'll tell you what. He looks at the tankard in front of him. I mean, it sounds like at this point, drinks are being placed around from Robbie's round of drinks. He's like, I'm guessing he was with you too. I mean, not to assume, of course. You all came in together.
Elf, what gave it away?
No, it's odd to see a couple of them in the same place. I didn't want to assume you were all together, but
Fair.
makes sense.
Appreciate that.
He picks up he finishes the drink that he has. He picks up the round of drinks that Ravi had bought for the bar. It stops me from having to go home right now, so I guess I will. I'll entertain you and your friends for a bit. I don't know how much help I can be, but
Appreciate it.
I've already paid a kindness, so I suppose I should do the same.
I'm going to shake his hand. Be like, well, officially nice to meet you.
You as well.
Come on, let's go meet the big guy. And I'll grab a fresh drink and start walking over.
All right. You all watch as Vinteth and this gentleman start to approach Valir and Seven over at the bar. Up to the rest of you if you want to just can join at this point and convene with each other or go elsewhere. But
I'm gonna whisper to Valir. Do you think he tried to convert him?
Possibly. Not sure. Maybe he asked about the church again. I don't know.
He always asks about the church. Him and his mother.
Yes, he does every single time. Well, let's see what they want.
I'm gonna look cautiously at them because Vinteth's a crafty one.
I'm staring directly at Seven as I'm walking over. Like, Seven!
God.
I brought you a friend.
Oh, he wants something from me. Just start shaking my head. Yes, Vinteth.
7 beating Jasper.
Hello, Jasper.
7. That is a peculiar name, but as names go, he kind of reaches out a hand shakily towards you.
I'll show you. Jasper's the name of a stone.
It is. It's incredible.
So Jasper here says he's seen more of things like you, 7.
All right, now I push into the out of the way. Where? How many? Are they built like me?
As he's questioning Jasper, I'm gonna whisper to Valir. He's like, I was gonna have 7 beat the shit out of this guy by making him taunt him since he was staring him down, but he turned out to be useful, so let's play nice.
First of all, you should be playing nice. We're the foreigners here, my guy. We can seriously get hurt.
I'm flashing you the coin right now we got from the elders or whatever. We have diplomatic immunity, bitch. Shh.
Listen, you got jumped by monks before. I am skeptical of your.
Bro, hold on. My eyes go wide, and I'm like, I didn't even think there could be tiefling monks. Oh shit.
Yes, you have people after you. Everybody's telling you to go home. Now is not the time to goof around.
This is probably the safest place that I've been in since we started this fucking journey, okay? We're through a portal into a well-hidden sanctuary for tieflings. If somebody gets me here, fuck it, whatever.
True. But also, you're kind of using 7. 7 doesn't like that.
Oh,
And
I
sometimes when you
found
try
him.
to mess with sometimes when you try to mess with 7, it backfires on you.
Listen, he fucks with me with this stupid wand, and I saw an opportunity to get him back, and the guy ended up being useful, okay? So he's got info on Warforged. So just let it happen.
We'll just see.
It's a happy accident. 7's gonna be happy. He's already happy.
Okay.
Look at him. He's growing the guy like 20 words a minute. It's the most I've seen him speak since I met him.
It's fair. It's fair. But okay, let's see how this goes.
Meanwhile, 7, as you ask that question, is like, oh, okay, yep, all right. Sorry. Yes, I've seen quite a number of your kind. I can't say if they've necessarily been exactly built like you. Most of the ones I've seen are not active. In a, I don't know if you'd call it a mass grave or a junkyard. I don't know which one's less offensive.
Let's go with mass grave.
Yeah.
Very well.
We're not junk.
See, I told you. Look, he's excited.
It's not so much that you're junk. It's more so. It's weird because it's like, what is the, you know, I accept and realize the fact that it has meant the death of many of your people, but your people leave behind what our people refer to as scrap or things that can be reused and repurposed. So that's kind of where the word junkyard would come from.
That may be true, but is it also true? Isn't it also true that these people have what would be described as soul?
That would be news to me. I've never seen a living one. I've only seen the pieces and bits that we've been able to extract and bring back.
I've only met 2 others of my kind, but they were not like me, and they were more pieced together. And then I opened up my arms like I am whole. I think all of this is original as I just start going through my parts. but I would like to see this. I need to see this.
Yeah, that's
Where?
certainly something. I mean, I could. Uh, we could arrange that if it's something you're interested in seeing. I mean, you all made it here, which is speaks volumes for either your luck or your skill. Depending on what you're looking for, I can either give you directions to where the site is outside of the city, or if you're looking for more of an escort, I am currently open to opportunities. Let's just put it that way.
You're here. Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll hire you to take me there. That's not an
Yes.
issue.
You're saying that this grave site is here.
It's about 4 days travel outside of the city limits.
Which city? This one or the one up?
This one.
I'll just say a week's preparation for what's been discussed. Theoretically, we have time.
Yes, we were running by Elvira in the morning. Head out first thing.
Yes, I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving the city without alerting her.
Library first, though. Make a pit stop.
Of course.
Yes.
I just look at them all. But I've knocked over all the books.
Yeah, but you had Leola on your back. It's fine. Probably used to it.
You think they reorganized it already?
Without a doubt. It was probably done before we left.
She's not gonna like that. But she does get to do it again. Okay. Jasper, could we also have a map in case we can't leave? We can't go. You can't escort us before we have to leave.
Give me a persuasion check.
Man,
Yeah, yeah.
can I do it angrily?
No.
Okay.
Damn.
DM, can I just pop in and be like, come on?
He's gonna respond the way he's going to, but you can convince him otherwise afterwards.
Okay.
I look, I appreciate it. I can give you directions. I wouldn't be able to draw you a map, if you understand. That grave site is the livelihood of several people, so its knowledge of its whereabouts is kind of protected.
7 breaks for a second. Just completely stunned. Like, and the shake back to. The last lead I got was I had to go to Istrafall to find out more about me and my people. I'm not going to take anything from there. I need to go there. As I said, like shaking. Hands. Sorry, I forgot words.
Mentally to Tinkers. Tinkers, we have to do everything in our power to take things from there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna rob the place fucking blind. I mean,
We have to learn everything we can, and that's not going to happen in a day. We have to take some materials, some samples back with us.
yeah, for science and for 7. It's for 7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct as always.
Seven sees you scavenging his fallen brethren. He's going to put you into a hole.
We will cross that bridge when we come to it.
Also, DM, Suji's gonna slip over and talk to the barkeep for a moment.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, I overheard you talking to my friend, so, how exactly valuable is this whole water thing down here?
Oh, I mean, I guess it depends on the establishment or the trader. I mean, here, so it depends on how much and the quality of it. Like obviously there's, very contaminated water and there's clean drinking water.
Oh, this water is fucking good.
All right. Down here, a gallon or so of clean, good drinking water probably fetch you 4 gold.
That's a pretty good profit. What other stuff do you trade down here since, gold didn't seem to be one of your favorites?
Oh no, gold is always going to be coin of any kind is going to be a currency. Coin, gem, specifically here, I would take water of a large quantity. I can't take cups. Cups doesn't do me any good. I would have to be, gallons or barrels of things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you might find some of the merchants are more willing to take, trade on, goods, weapons, armor, depending on, the makes and model of it, food of certain kinds. We are definitely accustomed to certain things that are huntable down here, but things that are more readily available topside, meats of, you know, beast of burden, things of that nature can tend to fetch a pretty fruit. Fruit does pretty well down here. Obviously, we can grow it ourselves.
Uh, Oh yeah, berries are a type of fruit.
Berries are fruit, yes.
Suji's about to supply all the
Very
tieflings.
interesting. Thank you for your information, and I'll tip him a gold. And you just see like Suji just start walking away, like grinning and almost chuckling to himself.
Gosh.
The good berry merchant.
I'm gonna be even more rich.
Meanwhile, back at the conversation with Jasper. Would anyone else like to add anything before the conversation turns?
Yeah, so I'll just after my comment about like that we have time, I'll say, look, I'll turn to everyone, obviously except Suji, since he's the man. Just say, look, I think it could be important. Seven wanted to learn about his history, and we've had no real concrete leads. Not like this.
Yeah, I'm good with checking out more of Seven's anything related to Seven, considering we know the least about him. I'm also curious to see if any of these pieces on here remind us of those other robots we encountered a couple times that night, getting ambushed and all. But yes, I am down to check this out.
Good death.
I brought him here. I'm waiting for you guys to make a decision.
Well,
It's
my
the
vote
last of
is
his
we go.
people. He's the last of his people. He should be able to go see his ancestors and try and learn what he can from them.
I just hope this works out. And next time you think about using that stupid fucking wand, Seven,
Can't even hear him.
remember I'm on your side.
Staring at Jasper. Can't even hear me.
Um,
Well, I mean, look, it sounds like at least we're interested in having a conversation. Maybe we. Sounds like you have things to do tomorrow, which is totally understandable. As Vintet said, you are on vacation. Um, would you like to meet here tomorrow night, and we can discuss possibly future plans?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sorry, can I get your name again?
Jasper.
Jasper.
Like the stone, isn't that right, Seven?
Yeah. It's a better Warforged name than Seven.
Sounds like we have an accord. I will meet you all here tomorrow evening. Say dinner time. Usually when I get off and end up coming here for a drink.
Sounds good.
Do that.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, I've had two more than I anticipated having tonight. I'm going to start making my way back to my abode, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Are you worried about a hangover? Do you need some help with that?
No, not at all. It's more so just it's been a while since I've drank this heavily in the cups. So I appreciate it. Thank you. He will finish the drink that Ravi had bought him in the bar, put it down, and kind of give you all a nod, and he will make his way out of Lilava's hearth.
Draconis, did you just see that guy that walked out?
I did.
He has baby horns.
He does a lot of them, honestly. What was those like 10? 12? I couldn't tell. There's hair in the way.
That's insane. There's baby horns.
baby.
The more you learn, right? All right. As Jasper exits, you are left there with the bar. It's getting later in the evening. A couple more patrons, some leave, a few more show up. But you have kind of the run of the place. You're still you're the largest party of any individuals here so far. You seem, again, people are coming in, having a couple of drinks and leaving. Once in a while, you'll see somebody come in and order like bar food and a drink and just kind of sit lonely at the bar. But it is your evening to go. It's probably about 9, 10 o'clock at this point.
Well, I'm bored of drinking now. I had my fun. My plan derailed and then it worked out somehow. So
What was the guy's name at the table? I'm sorry.
Jasper.
Jasper.
I want to talk to the barkeep and just ask if there's any like nearby shops, like magic shops, etc. Apothecaries.
Yeah, asking the barkeep. I mean, there's plenty of shops in the kind of down to the shopping district, a little bit away from here. I'm not familiar with any that are specifically magic oriented. There's definitely plenty of armories, blacksmith, general stores. I don't know of a magic shop in town, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
Of
And
course.
just one more question, and I kind of just Let me slip a little, one gold piece to her. Or him.
It's under him, but yeah.
For your secrecy. Have you ever heard of the name Jazzverlog? Specifically, an individual. Safaris Jazzverlog.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the name.
DM TBSing me.
Give me an insight check.
Okay.
Seems to be being truthful.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Again, appreciate your patronage. If you need anything else, just let me know. And hope you have a wonderful stay here for the few days you are at the lava hearth.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we've got to get that signature cuisine too before we go.
Oh, yeah.
It's very important. We must try it.
As the evening winds down, you all retire back upstairs to the three rooms,
Three
I
rooms.
think. Yeah. Any conversations or things you wish to do before bed? Now will be the time to do so. Keep chattering. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
I'm gonna try and pray.
Are we all going to speak to Elvira? It's possible she's not going to be so pleased about us leaving the city. We should be prepared for that.
Possibly they have some sort of horse or other transportation down here to make our travel time less. During that, we have to sit around and not do much while they're preparing, so as well make use of the time.
I mean, we should also get insight from her if she thinks it's trustworthy to, go on an adventure with a random person we just met.
I have an errand to run. Do you guys want to leave? Do you guys mind leaving in the afternoon instead of the morning? Yeah, I have to go put in a formal request with the elders to speak with them again.
That shouldn't take long. We can just do it on the way.
Okay, sounds good.
Guys, I know we have a lot of money, but apparently they'll just buy water that I could just make a bunch of for quite a lot of gold for a normal person. I
Which is a
mean,
lot of
just
gold.
about 4 golds for a gallon.
What the
But
fuck?
I can make 10 gallon. I could make 50 gallons tomorrow.
The Shuri thinks to herself, "Are my people dehydrated?"
Oh, no. The poor people. So,
Hydrate or dihydrate, tieflings. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Point.
It might be a valuable thing for just bargaining in case we do find some shops. I mean, this is just a barkeeper who runs an inn. What if it's someone, who has even more money?
Such a businessman.
It's like 200 gold.
Yeah, it could be a lot more too.
I could also create.
It could make it every day.
Robbie, can you make water?
I don't believe so. But wait, do we have a magical item for this, or are you referring to your
Spell.
spells? No.
I know we have the jug, but I know Suji and I can both cast Creator Destroy Water.
No, I don't think I have that.
I pull out the ring of spell storing. Ta-da!
I think we can cast it enough times now that we might not need that, but this is a nice little. This is a good place to possibly retire.
This
I mean, I
guy.
figured
Yeah,
I'd
you-
end up down here one day. I
You're
don't
gonna be
know.
the water baron of Zephyro.
Mhm. Going to be the savior. Get yourself a nice tiefling wife. Is that it, Suji?
No comment on that one, but it is just interesting. I never thought this would actually be a valuable skill in the sense of valuable.
Mm.
And can make money from.
Imagine a world where people just like captured water in bottles and sold it for a massive markup. It'd be
Sounds
crazy.
horrific.
Oh god, you can
Probably
put
would
something like
never take off.
spring water on the front. Golds.
Just start making up random new terms on why your water is better than other water.
You
It
create.
all comes from the same place.
Can you could just label your water whatever you want. It's magically created now. It's from a glacier, way north of Falthier. Uncharted lands. Very fancy water. 50 gold a gallon.
And I'm gonna prepare my spells for the next day. Give me a few minutes.
Yeah. What are we rooming? Cause I'm gonna go slink off and try to pray and update.
We got the
other.
3 rooms. We got the 3 rooms, so it's 2 per room.
I'm going in the furthest room. I don't know who's coming with me. I'm just going. I'm gonna go start praying.
I'll stick with 7. I just tell him that I'll meet him up there.
I'll head with Vinta.
Before I go to bed, I kind of step outside. I'm kind of curious to see what happens. Trying to feel the ley lines out here.
Give me a wisdom check.
Routine.
Valir, as you take a second to focus on that familiar feeling of the flow of ley lines and it's a unique feeling you get in this space. You can feel the presence of the ley lines, the leiatic energy down here. They don't splinter and spider out like the lines you feel above or when you were out on the land proper. It almost the best you can describe the feeling is instead of it being something that runs through the land beneath you and is moving like veins through a body, you are stuck in what feels to be a cloud. The energy you feel is not beneath your feet, it is around you, it is in the air, it is around, it is part of the city proper that you find yourself in.
Cool.
I would like to pray to Rugborg. A node? Yeah. And you pressed a good rock.
Yeah.
I know it's not time yet, but I found that all this new information about what happened, and now I'm in this pocket dimension place. There's apparently a mass grave of Warforged. Why? I'm gonna say it regardless, but a warning might be nice.
Okay, just give me a religion check real quick.
All right. Eight.
Saishori and Vinteth. What are you guys up to?
Well, I'm praying before she tags along. Just set up my little prayer circle, candle. Mother, I find myself in what appears to be hell. I can still feel your touch. I feel like this entire... It's not a waste of time, but there's more pressing. I don't so much ask for guidance as I ask for a sign that I'm not wasting my time and that this somehow serves you. That's it.
Give me a religion check.
9.
Saishori, as you follow Vinteth towards the room, you see him start to set up his prayer circle and eventually take his place in the center of it. Is there anything you wish to do?
I'm just gonna talk to the Conus, who I'm assuming is outside, and just tell him to let me know if he sees any weird characters or if he senses any kind of danger.
Oh, am I just hanging out at the bar? Or...
Is there not a stall or something?
Oh, I don't know if this was not said. I'm not a horse right now.
Oh,
I haven't been since we made it here.
whoops. Okay, in that case, Draconis, you get the floor.
Yeah, that tracks.
And also for Suji, you hear, Yo, Hondrick, it's your boy. So, I'm in this pretty awesome place where I've heard there's a lot of blacksmithing and all this awesome stuff, and everyone I'm with wants to go multiple days out of the way. Do you know anything about this area? Is there anyone I should talk to? Anything very super high priority that might really help me out if I really keep doing this blacksmithing stuff?
God, I just love the difference of reference between my lord, please help me. Hey yo,
That's good.
give me a religion check.
The homies now.
Still more religious than them.
I knew this was happening, I'd be crying.
Bam, bam, bam. Ravi, are you doing anything before you head off to bed this evening?
No, I don't think so tonight. We got the plan. You know, we're still gonna stop in the library tomorrow, right? Before we go something.
Yeah. Sound like you had at least the day before you're meeting up with Jasper again. So
Mm-hmm.
all right. As most of you prepare for the evening's rest, get into contact or attempt to contact those above you that you wish to seek guidance from or in this seek information about the predicament you find yourself currently in. Seven and Vinteth, you both in your prayer feel not so much a disconnect from the deities that you're attempting to reach out to, but at least for you as people not in this world that would understand it, a static kind of a fuzzy connection, something that like you are trying to reach out, almost like you're flipping through radio stations on like a walkie, like a like a walkie-talkie, trying to find the right station to reach somebody on,
What I expected.
and are unable to do so in this space, at least.
I'm used to it.
Tracks.
Yeah. Suji.
Yeah.
Again, for you who is not one that was born in devotion or prayer, you still blur this line of when you're praying and when you drifted off either into your meditation or sleep or whatever it is CG does, because he's kind of somewhere in the middle. The last things you linger on is this conversation, this asking of Hondrik about the area you're in. Is there anything that's worth seeing and talking to somebody about? You don't get any direct response. You don't get something as simple as him being able to appear here like he has in the past. But you get a sensation kind of in the night. You get the flickering of the foundry, the place that Hondrik has seen you before in his domain. And you can see the rivers of lava and molten rock that run through it. And you get a sense that there's something for you here if you take the time to seek it.
Gotcha.
But other than that, you all wake up the next day. You all get the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah,
Hey,
The day is yours and yours alone. What do you wish to do?
I would like to go put in my formal request.
just kind of go to the group and I'll say, "Hey, do you mind if I stay around here? Andrik gave me a vision that there might be something extremely beneficial if I seek out some of the blacksmiths here."
You want to stay while we go on this trip for 7, you're saying?
Yeah, obviously, just till you guys get back. Could send me a message since I might be traveling to a couple different blacksmiths. I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for.
What if what you're looking for is where we're going?
I definitely saw a foundry, but I feel like based on all the stuff that's on our to-do list, I don't feel like I'd have too much time. Because what, they said it'd be 4 days to travel out there, then probably 4 days back.
If we don't get some kind of help via the council, yeah, probably.
Someone give him their coin.
Let's obviously talk to Elvira first and everything to clear up some of this information, but I think it might be most beneficial if I stay here for a bit. You guys don't expect to just be massively killing anything around here, do you?
Hopefully not. But then again, who knows?
Seems
It
like
seems
everywhere
most
we
places
go,
we go.
everywhere
I
we
don't
go.
I don't intend on killing things, but then things need to be killed.
Yeah, it's not murder, it's self-defense. We're fine. Right? That's that's the logic we use, right?
Yes,
The
more or
logic
less,
and the
yes.
truth.
Yeah.
Stand your ground.
Yeah.
Waiting for Zot to pop up.
It's very hot here. It's hard for me to talk. I have tiny lungs.
Shave your fur? Help?
No. Yet.
You like to be a different creature?
Oh yeah.
You don't have to be a cat.
I don't know what would make me not hate heat.
Blizzard.
That sounds scaly and awful.
It's the closest, the most familiar form you take. You like laying in the sun,
I think
attacking bugs.
I think I'd rather
Killing
stay
people?
kit.
Okay. They do better in this climate.
I think I like the idea of complaining more than I like the idea of changing.
You are a pure cat.
Well, you're free to do as you please. So you complain too much and I snap you out of existence. Out of our existence, anyway.
If I was you, I'd bite him for that.
I physically cannot do so unless I'm given the command.
That's horrible.
Good cat.
I could bite him. That thought is inside my head. I'm not saying that out loud.
It'd be so easy. I could just go over there and
Yeah.
all right. So, is there anything else we wish to do first thing in the morning? It sounds like Suji, you are staying here to go around to some of the blacksmiths while the rest of the party is on their way. At first, to escort Zaishori to the Elders' Hall to drop off a formal request, and then possibly off to the library. Is there any other splitting of the party we wish to do at this moment?
No, we'll let Suji go die on his own.
I will go with
He's
Suji
just gonna
because I
learn
want to
blacksmith.
Yeah, They might be. They're masters. They can make me have deadlier hands. It's not worth. Doesn't hurt for 7 to ask.
Just make sure he's safe. Someone just anyone,
go-
please give him
I'll
a
go
coin.
with Suji, and then I'll meet you guys up. Yeah.
See the council.
Mm-hmm. So you're off to make an appointment.
Off to request to see the council.
You're gonna see a receptionist.
Bureaucracy.
Oh yeah, you know how much we love that bureaucracy.
All right. So Sashori, Vinteth, Ravi, and Valir, you make your way through the town back towards, again, not hard to orient yourself to the large tavern. It's kind of the largest tower, the structure that kind of sits over this entire cityscape. You make your way through the town. This early in the morning, you see the occasional person. It seems that you are at least on the same. While there is no sun, night, or day cycle down here because you're underground and surrounded by glowing lava, you are on whatever the day-night cycle is of this town at the moment. You make your way through the town. You can see people are waking up and starting to go about their business. But you make your way early in the morning over to the Elders' Hall. Slightly less than when you left early in the afternoon yesterday. There is still some hustle and bustle. You can see that as you make your way through the large archway through the set of double doors, there is a kiosk, a kind of like rounded desk area, kind of in the center of this first floor, that you can see people are going up and either dropping off paperwork, picking up paperwork. There are 3 individuals currently kind of frantically working their way through on the desk, picking up people and picking up information. But you're able to approach them if you wish, Saishori.
Uh, hello.
Yes, hello, hello. What can I do for you?
I'd like to put in a formal request to meet with the elders.
Formal request for the hold on one second. You see, she kind of like leaches over. She pulls out a piece of paper, pulls out another. Yeah, give me one of these. And all right, yeah, puts like a stack of like 4 pages in front of you. Go ahead and fill those out, and then return to me when you're done. Okay?
Pen.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and pulls out a pen or ink and quill and just hands it over to you.
Thanks.
Of course, not a problem. Let me know if you please. Okay, step aside, please. There's a desk over there if you want them. Next, please. Come here. Come. Yep. You are ushered
Holy
away.
moly. Yeah, what's on these pages?
So basically, it is a formal paperwork request of basically information of who you are, what house you're from, any recommendations you have, or like seconding of whatever motion you were about to make, and then a small paragraph session of like what you are requesting, who are you requesting to meet with, and if there any expediency to this. Do you have like a time frame that you to meet by? Um, Kind of just general information of what is your request and why should we prioritize you over, the other requests to meet with the elders.
Do I have to get my? 'Cause I have to get 2 people to back it before I put it in, right?
You do. Now you can put
Okay, and
there is a spot to see to like write that they are backed by it. Um it doesn't appear it needs signatures yet, but it does appear like you need to like write who is backing the claim.
okay, no, I'll DM you.
Okay.
But I will fill that out and hand it in.
You all wait here for, 20 or so minutes outside shore. He goes through the paperwork, fills in initials and spots that she's asked to, and you can see like the first like page and a half really is like information you're adding. The rest of it is just bureaucracy bullshit of just like initial here and sign here if you understand like this, and where can we contact you if you are no longer available and bullshit like that. But you finish filling out the paperwork. You hand it back in. Person at the front desk. All right, thank you very much. We'll go ahead and file this away. Uh, Beautiful. Thank you so much. You see, she kind of puts into like a little like folder, shoves it into a like box, and continues going about her business.
Are we in there with her?
Sure.
I'm gonna walk up and flash the coin they gave us and be like, "Is there any way to expedite that?"
Yeah, I mean, if she filled out the paperwork correctly, I'm assuming that means you have at least full formal, you know, approval from the Brimstone family, which is obviously a good thing to have. Um, it depends on if how soon she wants to be heard. That's going to we sort the paperwork at the end of the day, basically based on if she wants to be heard within the next within the next 24 hours, within the next week, within the next month, essentially. So it depends on how she filled out the paperwork, but having that definitely helps. If the people upstairs know that they're supposed to be signing this, definitely helps.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Never hurts to ask, that shorty. Whatever advantage you can get.
Of course, I didn't even think to use it like that. Smart.
Well, down here, you're just another tiefling. For now.
I sure just kind of tucked a little bit of hair like behind her ear. My gosh, I'm just like everybody else.
Until you get your own symbol, because you are your own house down here.
This is true.
That's the paper we should be following.
You should go ask her if there's an application to have your own house. These papers haven't been filled out in 3,000 years. Or not. Fuck me, I guess. Go to the library.
I mean, Vince, I think about it like this. That's bureaucracy bullshit of claiming a god that doesn't technically exist in their timeline, I guess. I mean, is a layman gonna understand that?
Who cares? If they're a proper bureaucracy, they would probably have the paperwork.
That is true. Oh, bureaucracy.
We even have it in the church. Nightmare.
Oh, I hate it. Goes against everything I believe in.
What do you believe in?
Chaos, doubt, unknowing.
Sounds like my life. Sounds about right.
See, you understand. Doubt is such an interesting aspect to be a part of, isn't it?
I wouldn't
You
know,
all
but
doubt a lot.
I doubt everything I meet.
You are all filled with doubt, and it is exquisite.
I like you a lot better now that you're not a horse.
I vaguely like being less horse-like.
Really?
I had grown accustomed to look. This is the first time outside of being a horse that I'm actually corporeal in a long time.
Well, you're a lot more
So
talkative.
I'm well, it's less Less concerning about a talking horse than a talking tiefling in a land of tieflings, isn't it? Though I guess I'm not a tiefling. That's odd.
What are you?
Yes.
You see him? Is he in his tiefling form right now?
He is in that form that you saw him first in the Elder Statling. So like his body does appear tiefling. He's red skinned. He's got the horns pulled back, but he's got those like leathery wings that are still like kind of. He keeps them curled, but they are there still.
What do
Does
you mean?
anyone look at him weird?
What do you mean? Yes.
No weirder than anybody else. The elves and Stefan get more of a weird glance than he does because he does appear mostly tiefling, or at
Oh.
least devil-like.
Mm.
I'm sorry, mostly what?
You said yes, but what? Do you even know what you are?
Maybe.
Hmm. Draconis, could I try something? And don't take offense to this.
If I say yes, is it something you want to do here in the Elders Hall's main chamber or somewhere else?
I don't think it really matters, but we can walk off to the side. It'll only take a few minutes.
I suppose.
I'm gonna try casting Identify on Draconis. I don't think it'll work, but worth a shot.
Interesting. Then fires on objects.
Yep.
I unfortunately am not an object. I am a thing.
I was hoping, but you can never be too careful nowadays, as I'm learning. Thanks for
I
humoring me.
appreciate it.
Did I offend you? Well, perturbed.
Oh no, it's look, it's been a while since I have been more than just first a voice inside Shoei's head, and then a horse, and now I am this thing person that has a bunch of memories that have been slowly, but all at the same time, creeping back into my head. So it's been a lot the last couple days,
Gotcha.
but I do appreciate it. Not a problem.
Anything you don't know, anything we don't know.
Oh, there's plenty of things we don't know. But I guess that's where I come in.
Not the fucking truth.
Go home.
You did not just fucking say go home to me.
He did, and he walks away.
Oh man,
I'm like,
Hell,
everybody's getting in on it.
I'm just gonna stand there for a good until somebody gets me. I'm just staring at the wall, like fucking mouth agape, like what the fuck?
as Draconis goes back and joins Saishori in the group. Billy, are you gonna go get him?
yeah. If are you done staring at the wall? You're kind of creeping us out here.
I'm full zoned into the fucking wall. I don't hear shit.
I throw like a small breeze at him to kind of get his attention because I'm too lazy to walk over there.
Yeah, air's not doing anything. I'm in my own head right now, going like, who the fuck has said go home to me so far? And this motherfucker who's been with us the whole time either heard it from somebody else or he's part of it, and I can't figure it out. And I'm trying not to lose my shit on him. So,
do we notice both of them talking?
Them talking, of course. Yeah, they kind of like let outside,
Okay.
and yeah.
Gotcha. Just to know, like, did you break him? He's not moving.
You're talking to Draconis.
Yeah, John to Cronus.
Oh, I just told him to go home.
Were were you doing that as the inside joke, or were you being serious?
I don't know. It's up to him to decide, isn't it?
Ah.
Draconis.
Oh, that's a solid joke.
Just in your head, Saishori. Doubt, baby.
that's so good. I fucking hate you, Rush. Anyway, I'm still staring at a wall.
Robbie,
Yes.
do you happen to have what would be the equivalent of an empty notebook in D&D?
Some spare parchments.
Parchment ink,
Do you have some spare parchment and ink?
empty tome.
Yes, I'm sure I've
Bill?
got some in the bag, and I'll grab some, quill, some ink, basic writing supplies.
Nah,
you
man,
go.
I've been chiseling on 7 for
Alright.
my notes.
Are you are you making
That's what
a
that was.
are you making a
Sorry.
formal request, Aishu?
I already made my formal request for the meeting, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, so what's the paper form if I can be nosy?
I kind of lean in to Ravi.
Mhm.
I want Draconis to write down his memories so we can have
Oh.
a lot, basically, our own private history book.
Hmm. That's
We'd have to try our best to protect it, obviously.
I think that's a wonderful idea. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. There's so much of our history we don't know. That's a responsible choice. But you're right, we have to protect it. We don't know so much about why this has been hidden from us.
Can you sew some binding onto this parchment to create sort of like a tome?
That shouldn't be a problem. Simple enough.
Thank
You know,
you.
when you're ready to have it bound, I'll have
Whenever, as soon as possible. Whenever you find a downtime.
yeah, I'll if she wants, yeah, if she wants to start on this immediately, yeah, I'll do it. Shouldn't take very long to bind.
I was
some
gonna say
pages.
if the idea is something for him to keep as like a bound, like Ravi, you have empty just tomes that are fully bound and just like things that you jot notes in or would keep. That's like already set that way. Like it's not like you have
Okay.
to make a book. You would
Oh,
have
okay.
extra books on you that are like for note keeping or like a spell book you've taken off of a dead wizard and you've already taken the spells out of it. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got books. Books is easy.
Okay. Fair enough. So yeah, I'll,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
hand her an empty tome then. And just say, yes, please. Do with it as you wish.
Quill and ink?
That's easy for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You've got it.
Thank you, Ravi. And I'm
course.
going to pass it all to Draconis and just telepathically talk to him. I need you to start jotting down your memories in this tome.
Oh, do you want me to journal? Fuck.
I guess it would be journaling from your perspective.
It feels like generally. I'm gonna do it. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying it's. Fuck. All right.
Do you still like apples? I'll bet you an apple.
I strangely do. Is that fuck? Where does the horse end and I begin?
I'll get you one when we're back topside.
Fair enough.
Thank you. I'll give Draconis my bag of holding just so he can put away the tomb and keep it out of sight. And he's done.
Yeah, easy enough. Eventually, you, as you finish this conversation, you go collect Vinteth from his existential crisis against the wall. And you start to make your way towards the Historical Society.
Gotta be fucking with me.
Meanwhile, seven, Suji.
Yeah.
The two of you exit the tavern that early morning as you split ways with your party. You start to make your way up through, as talking to the bartenders and the barkeeps, and the information you got from Elvira the night before. You start to make your way through the city proper, up through the district of commerce. Um, you find yourself on the edge of what is this kind of like lava like flow, essentially. And you know, and from what you were told, that along this lava flow, many of the artisans, the crafters, the blacksmiths, the armories tend to use this as kind of their heating source, their ability to kind of craft and create things slightly different than what you would create topside, because this is a flowing extreme heat that is not capable of being duplicated other than from your perspective, Suji, and at least in like the mine, like in the blacksmith mine that you have, it's like, well, the only way to actually do this would be in an active volcano that has running lava in it, and God, that can't be conducive to actually having a blacksmithing like station set there. What if it all just blows up? It's bad. Everything's bad there. But this seems to be at least localized enough that they are able to utilize those things. So the two of you set out. What are you looking for specifically?
Would like to be cleaned and interesting new weapons to throw at my enemies. And I need a new weapon holding bag.
I think I'm good looking for any shops that look like a little higher end that might, you know, I'm sure there's some that are a little more shitty. So some of the nicer ones to check out first.
Okay.
Or is there any way for me to like religiously sense things or no? Is that reaching too much?
I would say for this, I would say either you can each individually give me an investigation check, or one of you can give me investigation with advantage. Your choice between the two of you.
I think we're equally doing it so we can both investigate.
Yeah.
Okay. So investigation checks.
All right.
All right. So as you go closer to this lava flow, you start to see more and more businesses that are, well, let me rephrase. You see some businesses that are set up along it. Like at first, you saw no businesses that would even be that close to the lava itself. But as you start to make your way further and further up it, you start to see a couple of businesses that are like little shacks, little areas that are right on the flow itself. And Suji, you start to see the familiar sights of smokestacks, things that are reminiscent of the constant heating and cooling of metals. You can smell it in the air. You specifically, outside of the smell of sulfur and heat, which is the only way to describe the smell of this place sometimes. You know, the forging of metal, the forging of armaments and weaponry. So you lead your way through this and start to pass by a couple of smaller open doored kind of single stall places. And you can see there are all matters of intricate metalworking and things that are being used to like hold swords and armaments in place through the flow of lava. You can see like holes in the floor essentially of these establishments that the lava flow runs under, and they're using that to heat the kilns and the furnaces to melt and reforge metal. And it's all things that are both new to you, but not, because the first forge you've ever worked at utilized the most primal versions of this. You've worked at Hondrik's Forge, and Hondrik's Forge does not use flame. Hondrik's Forge used the most natural of resource, which was molten rock and metal and ash to continue its process. So while this is alien to some degree, seeing it in the waking world, it is not new to you. You make your way and you see things that are familiar. You see, different weaponry, different armaments, things that are unique in the fact they are crafted here, but not different, not what you're looking for. You see some of the bigger stalls, and even those don't catch your eye. Suji, you find yourself traveling for, God, you've lost track of time. An hour, 2 hours. Seven, I think you're the first to notice that civilization has run thin in the area you're in. You guys have gone so far upstream on this lava flow that you've left the city proper.
Oh no.
Sounds like Suji.
Yeah. Classic adventure.
But as you make your way further and further up, as these stalls ran somewhat thin, Suji, you're focused on a single smokestack. Something off in the distance that screams like it's calling your attention. The two of you find yourself in front of a small shack. The only building, the only structure anywhere within the last 10 minutes of your travel. There's a single smokestack running off of this flow of lava, this flow of molten rock. Suchi, this is where your attention has brought you.
Seven. Something's telling me that this is the place.
I believe you.
I start looking around. I'm like, wait, where the fuck are we?
Oh, don't worry. I was actually making notes of where we're going in my head because normally I'm the one being followed. I don't have to remember, but I was following you, so I have to remember where you're going now. Is this you gave me a responsibility.
DM, can I see like the town still like in the distance or no?
Within the distance, yeah. It's only, you guys are probably about 40 minutes outside of the town limits, so it's still within sight. It's a little far off that like you're like, oh shit, we've made it a good, distance away from where the town was, but
Jesus, 7. I thought we were just walking for like, maybe 15 minutes tops.
No, it's been over an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not used to time down here. But let me check out this place. Something's really drawing me towards it.
Okay.
And I'll approach the building.
Again, as you make your way inside the small wooden shack, it is not anything special to look at. But as you make your way inside, you can see that there is a lit forge. There is a river of molten rock running beneath the outer edge of it that seems to have multiple pieces that are on molten, like hot metal rods that are currently sticking out of it. And there you see a single figure, kind of bulky in his build, hunched over, holding kind of like a pair of hard metal tongs that are just like waiting for a piece of metal to finish curing before he rips it out and dunks into a barrel of water next to him. You hear the as he dunks it. Oh, hello. How can I do for you? What makes you come all the way out here?
I will speak
I-
up.
You could go first, 7.
Yeah. I followed him here, and he says this is the place we need to be.
Yeah, so I was looking. I've heard a lot about blacksmiths in this area, and I was looking through a lot of stalls, and they were good and all, but nothing too much that impressed me. And something just deep inside drew me to this building.
Drew you
I
all the way
assume
out
you're the
here.
only blacksmith here.
If you can call me that, yeah, that's you see he kind of like stands up from his, and as he stands up, you see he was squat over this like river of lava, and he pulled out this like large piece of metal and dunked it into the tank of water next to him. As he stands up, he's only like 3.5 feet tall. He's broad shouldered. You can see he turns around. He's got this large, bushy, like reddish green beard, but his face is, at first you think it's blackened in soot, but then you realize this is still a tiefling, but of dwarven descent.
Oh, wow. Not to sound rude on the first meeting, but I didn't expect to see like, huh? You're part dwarven as well.
Oh yeah, my ancestry is dwarven in nature, but I've of course been kissed by the, landscape down here.
So what's the project you're working on right now?
Oh, right now I've just been toiling away at some, this beast right here, and you can see pats of this piece of, heated metal that's currently sitting. Uh, been working on this broadsword for some time now. It's been escaping me how I want to make it. Well, it's not quite fit for me or any of the people I've come into contact with, but God's been trying to make something special.
I mean, they're not with us, but I do have someone who does love using swords. What are you trying to do to really push it over the edge? Perhaps
Oh,
I could even help.
if you see, he like reaches in and he starts to pull this piece out. And as he does, it is probably 3 times his height. Oh, This is like an 8.5 foot long sword.
That is so cool.
That is definitely his sword, all right.
Yeah.
What made you decide on that length?
I started making it and it was normal size, but eventually I just kept adding and adding and adding, and it got to a point where I just kept testing myself, like, how fucking big could I make this thing?
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most awesome things I've ever heard.
I'm glad you appreciate it. Well, none of the skinny armed tieflings I live with could actually hold this fucking beast.
The person I was speaking was is a tiefling. You'd be amazed.
Well,
She did use that big axe for a while.
Yeah, that thing was kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
it is one of the pet projects I'm working on. Please come in. You've seemed to have come a long way. Please, it seems you've came from Safe Rail, yeah?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's our first time visiting down here. We were traveling with a tiefling. We wanted her to meet her, her family. Not alive, of course, but other tieflings since she grew up as an orphan. And yeah, we ended up down here. We're pretty much gonna go to war against another demon. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Seven, how many things do we have going on right now?
2 hands worth of things going on right now.
There's certainly a lot of things. well,
Yeah, we've been on quite an adventure, but at one point I got to stop and practice some of my blacksmithing, and I've been having an itch for it. So, being in this area, really wanted to check it out, and how awesome that sword's looking.
Yeah,
I
and
think I found the right place.
yeah,
you
I
see, he
came
kind of
to look
looks.
cool things.
He looks over.
Sorry.
He looks over you real quick, Suji. And as he kind of gives you a once over, you see he nods, and there is a show of reverence. I certainly don't know what I did to deserve it, but Lord of the Forge finds it. The Lord of the Forge finds it appeasing to grace my presence here, my humble presence here. In my place of business, I have no reason to. I'm sorry, where are my manners? You've come here, you've clearly come with a purpose, and there's a purpose, of course, for you here. Um, your names, please, travelers. Let me know who I have the honor of speaking to.
Suji Boris Silicate.
7 even.
And yours?
It's a pleasure to meet both of your acquaintances. My name is Tenzin Courtsbeard.
What was that?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Tenzin Courtsbeard. It's a pleasure to make both of your acquaintances.
You're a real quartz beard?
I'm sorry.
Suji.
I don't know if we
Yeah.
should have said that out loud.
Oh,
We've met some people
they
who
claim to be
impersonated a quartz beard before, and
yeah.
it was a
wow.
pretty, you know, based on the house that they were in, that they were impersonating, it was quite a fantastic mansion. So yeah, we're just kind of mind blown right now. That's the best I can say. Right? Is it
That's-
just like one family of court spirit? Is it
I'm-
a big thing?
I'm sorry,
what?
you met somebody who impersonated a court beard.
Yeah, there was like an estate, and there was a safe, and like these people were acting like court
Fucking
beards, so they hired
scum.
what?
Fucking scum.
It makes you feel any better. They're dead now. Yeah. So it was a job, and we ended up investigating, and then we had to kill them.
I'm sorry.
Only
I
once
can't-
we found out they were fake court beards. Of
Yeah, not
course.
yeah. That's the important part.
I'm please come in, sit down. We have a conversation. I think to be had. I think it's by Hondrix. Will, you have found yourselves here. Let's have a conversation.
And how could you tell it was Hondrik immediately? As I kind of am blushing too, thinking it's the impressive armor.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I was half prepared and ready to bludgeon your skull in, watching you wearing the armor of my family.
So what now? And then it clicks in Suji's head, and he's like super terrified too. This is explaining a lot, but I'll like nervously sit down.
The piece you have there. I
And I
take it
lock
you've
my
been.
eyes. Okay, go on.
No, go for it.
I'm just saying, Suji like goes from looking at his armor that he's all proud of, and I think at the shoulders, and was like, "Oh yeah, that's where I got it."
The piece you have there. I assume you got it from a house in Asheville area.
Yeah, that's where we found the fake quartz beards.
Can you tell me what happened? As much as you know, of course.
Well, we've never met the real quartz beards or any of that, but basically they wanted us to break into the vault.
They locked
Oh,
us
I
in.
guess I guess I gotta release all this on you. Because they were trying to get into the vault because they didn't know how to get into it. We found a fire doggy named Pyra. We were trying to figure out how to open up the vault. We summoned 4 elementals. I almost froze to death, died.
I
We
ate
eventually
one of
got
them.
to. Oh yeah, he did eat one of them. That's when we found out Seven could eat things. I guess since you clearly know the items inside, uh, one of the legendary artifacts, was it the timepiece that was missing from there? I know there was some item that was missing inside that seemed very valuable. Some item was missing inside, but mostly we found this, some money, gems. Do you remember anything else, Seven?
Oh, I'll pull out the quarry bracers. These, like, very useful, but think
You see, he looks at those like fondly. Like there's a moment of like recognition.
these were one of my favorite things. but because
I,
of this
I don't
fragment,
remember how I could, if I can remove these shoulders. I think I'll die if I do. But I mean, if anything, you know, these pretty much were the only things we really took. So yeah.
It's okay.
What were the quartz beards? Why are you here? Other quartz beards? I'm so
yeah,
confused.
they claim to be siblings, and there was
My-
this thing, and then we had to kill them. It would have been bad if we
Okay.
didn't. We stopped everything they did. But I think they needed your vault to do the thing they were doing, and it was. I'm not the thinker of the group, so I don't know.
Of
It's
course,
even
that's
with the elementals protecting it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
that was. I'm glad the vault worked.
Yeah.
You see, he starts to tear up, but you watch as the tears that are rushing from his face are immediately evaporate and start to kind of just leave streaks along his cheeks. From the sounds of it, it appears the inhabitants of the estate had passed. Yes.
The fake quartz beards, yes.
No, it sounds like the the pre-inhabitants, the ones that owned the house before.
Yeah. It must have been a while ago.
Potentially, I don't want to say that as pure truth, but they were not around for sure.
That was my childhood home. I speak of the things that lived in that cavern, in that cave, in that armory because I'd seen it once before. When my heritage revealed itself, I left. I went on my pilgrimage and came here. I've not spoken to either of my parents since.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss.
I appreciate it, but it sounds like it might not have been of natural causes. So thank you for whatever it is you did to eliminate this fake quartz beards.
Yeah. If it helps, the fire dog is safe and very well pampered on our airship.
Its name is Pyra now. It was stuck in a cupboard.
That one I'm unfamiliar with, but I am thankful to hear that anything survived. Anyway. You, sir, are, I suppose, blessed and cursed to be here. Is that right?
I suppose you could say that. it it is a bit different for me. And it has led me on the path of more of a warrior and a fighter. And recently, I've been trying to stay back towards my druid roots. I've gotten, at first, I kept getting in danger, kind of like with the elementals of near death. And then it just kind of kept happening. You know, when you're just placed into a role that you feel like you're the chosen one. And then just when the time comes, it just keeps failing. And you just, at some point, realize maybe this isn't what I'm meant to do. So while blacksmithing's still very interesting to me, maybe the fighter role is not.
is certainly a way to look at it. For me personally, don't let me. I'm sorry if I am overreaching. The role of the blacksmith, something that someone can play in creating things. Can be equally parts the agent of death, but also the protector of life. When you take up the role of being a blacksmith, these are the paths you have to choose which one you want to rock. Do you want to bring and enhance death and destruction along your path? Or emphasize the protection of those around you love? You don't need to be a fighter or the front lines to be a blacksmith. There are other ways.
Honestly, if you asked me a few months ago, I would say death. However, I have met some great people that I've traveled with and wanted to make sure they're all okay. So protection feels suited as well. But at this point, I'm not quite sure. Everything still has been very fast paced and new to me. Which path have you chosen?
Well, you speak to me here. You see me pull this great behemoth of a sword out of the stone and the heat itself. I tend to test the boundary of what is and capable of being wielded by man as far as destruction goes. But if you ask me what I'm built for, what I forge, you see he starts to pull smaller pieces out. Bucklers, shields, large pieces of armaments. That has always come easiest to me.
What makes you feel like you want to change and push yourself so hard?
It's the curse and the blessing of Ondrick, isn't it? To see how far you can go.
I suppose that means you've talked to him yourself as well.
No, not quite, but any dwarf worth their skin has felt the pull of Ondrick's. We understand what we are built for.
I mean, with the pauldrons, he most likely is listening in on this, but he he does seem to have good faith, and he has given me the ability to craft this scythe and craft this armor using his forge. So natural lava flowing is kind of my expertise. Um, it it is very interesting, and we've talked before since I needed to talk about some magical artifacts, and he said he just created them, not gave them their magical attributes. so I can see how the life of a blacksmith could be the root of everything, kind of like nature. Everything comes from a seed and grows outward, and it all starts from one specific place.
As he said that in the silence, I will say in Dwarven, like what I woke up with, made to fight the gods. That resonated with me.
Certainly, yeah. If anyone was going to bless man with the ability to fight the gods, it would be Lundrick and the wolves,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me getting all sentimental. You all came here for a purpose. Oh,
I think it's okay. I realize I can talk Dwarven too. But yes, this is a big drop on you hearing about all this family stuff.
Yeah.
I think your estate might still be safe if you ever want to visit again. But I guess it's time to talk about business, whatever that may be. I think I could help you with this sword and find you a wielder for it.
yeah. A wielder for the sword would definitely be one thing, but if it's something you've come here by Hondrick's hand, maybe you're meant to find something here yourself. In which case, I am humbly here to assist you.
And I also don't feel like I want to impose on you if you feel like this is your own journey for this. But I feel like this is a place that might be the start of things. Most of them are going to be traveling out for a few days. So, if available, I could be here. Or travel back and forth from the town.
Oh. See who you are. Unless something else comes of it. Welcome at my forge anytime.
Before we go, you want to help me buffer 7? He wants to be nice and shiny.
Oh, I think I could help with that.
Yeah. I want to know. Yeah. And I
Strips
just
you
think-
down, runs some lava over your body, and starts scrubbing. Meanwhile, fade to black, fade to black, fade to black.
Oh man, it's getting intense. Muffin drops.
Yeah. The rest of you find yourself shortly leaving the Elders Hall, back at the library, or I'll say on your way to the library. So, anything you want to discuss about your plans once you get there before you are surrounded by the archivist and things like that?
He's just muttering to himself. He's got to be fucking with me. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
Yesterday, I focused on more personal research. We want to really hone in on any of the things that were our many problems. If we all focus, maybe we can find something a bit more in depth. But if you have personal agendas today, don't let me step in your path.
I want to know what the heaven of the Androcon is now. I doubt it. But the thoughts in my head.
Losing your head rent free.
He's gotta be fucking with me, right? Don't just fucking smile at me, Valir. Like, he's gotta be fucking with me, right?
Listen, I haven't talked much to Draconis. I'm not sure if he is or isn't. Listen, just put it in the back burner. You know you have to go home. We'll get there back eventually. Or ask him yourself. He's literally right there if you want to talk to him. To
If he
see.
told you what he told me, then he's definitely fucking with me. I'm over it.
Oh, then you have your answer. Then you're being too paranoid now.
What if he's not?
I don't know what to tell you. Dude, like, we can't do anything about that right this second.
I have my next. I planned on it yesterday. I have my next inquiry. I'm going to the library. Goodbye. I don't want to think about this anymore. Get away from me.
All right. So you make it to the Historical Society. Eventually, your badges and the fact that you were here yesterday brings you to one of the archivists who is here to help you research and pull tomes about the topics that you seek. Y'all know the deal. Everybody here can give me an investigation check and just let me know what topic you are seeking to study today.
DM's not currently hosting a game session.
Fucking D&D Beyond.
It happened a while ago, but we haven't been rolling anything.
That's fair. Start session. Get back in there.
Just to confirm, anything Jasper log is under lock and key, right?
It is certainly appears that way. It is a high DC if you want to try again, or you'll have to find some other way of higher clearance to get you to that information, which will make the conversation easier.
Okay.
So, for the four of you that are here, you may give me your topic of search and inquiry, and then give me your investigation rolls.
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna slip her a
Today,
piece
I'd
of
like-
paper. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. Today I was going to, since we don't actually know what it does, so much I was going to look more into Lux Forna's timepiece.
Good, yeah.
You said investigation.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try a little harder this.
Once more with feeling.
Yes. Oh my lord. Oh, it's a 7. I thought that was a 1. I was like, are you kidding me,
You
man?
need one more.
Yeah, it's fine. That's
All right. Guys, 2 more 7s. Let's go. I don't care about your lore. I want to see what happens.
Okay. Vinteth, Valier, and Saishori.
I gonna see if there's more information about the astral plane and astral travel, and any sort of mention of the grandfather.
Okay.
Let's see. $14.
All right. Vinteth and Saishori.
I'm slipping the archivist a piece of paper. Anything you could find on this name? Any mention at all? Anything. And
Okay.
on the paper is the name Armand.
Give me an investigation check.
That's a good one.
Being sneaky.
There's a 7. God damn. As soon as he said it, I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, now it's not in a row, so thanks.
It was a 7 plus a 7. It wasn't.
Yeah, but you were in the second one. Freaking Volier. Rolling high. Need
They've all
single
been
digits.
multiples of 7. It was
Yeah.
14, 14, 7.
It counts.
No, it doesn't. But it's fun.
Kind of.
Saishori, what would you like to look into?
I want to look into anything with the name Zelemond or the fall of the Sixth Demon Lord. Something surrounding her.
Since we're here, DM, like obviously, I'm assuming we had a brief talk of what we're going to look at beforehand. Would I be able to enhance her ability? Are they going to give me shit about casting, like doing magic in here?
I'll allow it.
Okay, so I'll enhance. Assuming you're good with that, I will enhance your ability. Saishori, of all of our searches today, I think yours is probably the most important and urgent. So do your best.
Thanks, Robbie. I appreciate it. But now that I have you here, what do you think? Should I try again for Sephiris? Or should I go straight for Zelemon? Should I try something different today?
Sephiris is important to all of us, but I won't tell you how to spend your day. We're in the library of your people, and as we've learned, you have some very important things to sort out in terms of how you're going to deal with this council. So, by all means, if you'd like to look up Zelemond and your family, your bloodline, I should say, do so.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Zelemond.
Go for it.
Woo.
Once more.
You have advantage
Your advantage.
because of the enhance. Oh
Are you
my
kidding me?
fuck, man!
Oh my god.
Come on,
There's something wrong.
this is messed up, dude. This
I've
is
Did anyone
not
get a good roll
cool.
today?
Hey.
I've been fine with my rolls.
I had good persuasion checks and shit earlier.
Holy fuck. What the fuck?
I think my last 5 rolls have all been above a 16.
Zay Farrell doesn't want Saishori to know shit.
Apparently not.
They really don't.
We're not gonna have a fucking
Your
choice soon.
bloodline is weak.
I don't think she's had above a 10 since she's gotten down here.
Terrible.
Holy fuck. I guess I'm that shaken up still.
I mean, to be fair though, it does track. You are asking for some of the most secretive, hard to find information that you could possibly ask for down here. So it does track a little bit that you are just not finding it or being blocked to finding it. But that
So I
being
pull up my
said, go for it.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do it, but I was thinking about pulling out my liquid nat 20. But I'll save it
Oh,
for
man.
a more serious situation.
So, as you spend the rest of you here, as Seven and Suji spending your time obviously finding and then talking to Tenson outside of town, the four of you spend your time here with the archivist getting tomes and getting research, and Saishori, in your case, getting frustrated by words and sequences that are similar but not quite Zelamon. Like it's things that are like adjacent or like, oh, this is a mention of something along those lines. It's like, that's not it. That's not it. Like it's just it's frustrating the amount of like near cases that are being built up and built up and built up, but nothing that truly mentions a sixth demon lord or devil lord, a Zelamon figure of any kind. The rest of you, in varying degrees, get some information of the topics that you are researching, which I will give you next time. But as your research for the day comes to a close here in the library, you are greeted once again by Elvira Brimstone. Oh, Saishori, I'm so glad I found you here. Um, things are happening. Things are happening that we need to. If you have the time, we need to gather who we can and go speak to the elders. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Does the rest of the group hear that?
Yeah, you're all kind of in the same, or the four of you at least are in the same general vicinity.
Bureaucracy works.
Oh, about what's happening?
Uh, uh, as far as I understand, conversations from yesterday's approvals are moving quickly, and we want to make sure we have the conversation. Well, the conversations have already been had. They want, and I want you to be there for the verdict of how things are going to proceed.
Okay.
So I always want to make sure that you and your party were present for the decision. That way we knew what we were up against.
I'm gonna give her hand a squeeze and say thank you.
Of course. We can either go there right now. We have probably about an hour beforehand if you want to. You kind of take notice. If you need time to gather everybody, if you want to meet me at the Hall of Elders in about an hour,
Okay, sounds good.
of course. I have a couple other things I have to do, but I want to make sure I came here first.
Thank you so much.
Of course. I'll see you there.
I'll take it upon myself to send a message to Suji. Meeting with the elders in an hour. Come back if you can.
Alright, we got some crazy shits that got you coming soon. Bye. I'll meet at the bar? Question mark.
I'm not using another spell. You can figure out where we're going.
So Suji, your intent is not to go there. You're staying with
I mean, I'm fine going back to the bar to meet with the elders and then going back there and staying there for like the whole time
Well-
they go on the journey.
well, the elders aren't going to the bar. The elders are going to the tower. Like you can come back to go to the meeting.
I'll talk to Seven about it. Like, Seven, do you want to hear this whole meeting with the elders?
No.
Oh, okay.
This place is way
Uh,
more interesting. He's a court spirit, like a real
Yes.
one.
All right.
Well, I told them we might go back to the bar, but you know, we'll see about that when they want to talk to about the journey.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll let them just do their talk with elders.
That sword he made's bigger than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could you imagine Saishori swinging that thing around?
that would be amazing.
Wait, she has hurt goblins though. I don't know.
You can hold two. You can have two swords. I can hold the pull out the palaces. I can wield both. These aren't what I hand one to Suji.
Hand me what?
one of my my fancy battle axes.
I like grab it and kind of fall towards the ground with it. Oh, yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Here, you could take it back as I'm just like slowly inching it towards him.
Yeah.
Suji and Seven, as you guys decide after the conversation to stay here with Tenson to learn more about the blacksmithing ways of the underdwarf down here, the rest of you start to make your way and gather yourselves after your research to the Elder's Hall. Seeing the large structure in the distance, it quickly comes upon you. You find yourself on the first floor and start to make your way up the long spiral staircase that leads to the hall where the elders once met before, where you first found yourself here in Zephyr proper. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Hey.
Session so good. There's too much stuff going on, Roach.
It's my fucking
More-
job.
I know.
More plot points. I demand more plot points.
It's so.
Poor
I
Port's
love it.
beard.
Yeah.
Terrible.
He didn't even know that dog.
The shit might have just been in there for like 100 years.
Yeah.
We just never opened up that thing.
Like, yeah. Good. She just spawned in. Just fine.
She was planted there. She's been a spy this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, good thing she's not with us then.
My job to connect the goddamn dots.
There's so many dots. They're all
I see.
stippled together, creating the beautiful picture. We got like ours are just random at this point now. Now we got some more connected. I still have no idea what's happening in 7.
You guys remember light brights? I feel like we're making a scatter plot and a light bright, and our line that's trying to get to the center of the scatter plot is just going in a fucking zigzag. We're not. We're barely making connections. Just finding more plot points.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. And accurate.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, it all makes sense up here.
Yeah. Oh, I believe you.
Well, I'm ready for the next chapter.
Hell yeah.
This is your
Yeah, so-
chapter, Tiefling.
Well, apparently also Seven's chapter.
And Suji's chapter.
Suji's chapter.
Yeah.
The idea was it was always going to be Saishori's chapter, Seven's chapter, and whoever put the fucking pauldrons on chapter.
Yeah.
There's always a wild card.
Got there.
Wow, God.
Oh,
Wild card, baby.
hell yeah. I could have
Oh,
had 2
did you cut the
chapters.
brakes again?
Yeah.
This train has no brakes.
Oh, 7 can be breaks.
Rails. Where we're going, we don't need rails.
Sir, 7 is all gas, no brakes.
Yeah. He just got overwhelmed, forgot there's a whole mass grave of his people, and it's like, that's the court spirit. There's a big ass sword here. There's things. Yep. It's just new things. It's like, yep. It's gonna happen. I'm so glad you rolled high, Suji. Chris.
What's up?
I'm glad you rolled high. This is
Yeah.
you found the
It might be
things.
someone's rolling high.
Yeah, thank goodness we're
Yeah.
getting some
Yeah, luckily
some
I'm only
info
a
out of
couple
this. Jeez.
As I'm sure your story has to progress. We're here. My story has just begun.
Your story began probably thousands of years ago, buddy. We don't know.
Yeah. Also, like, I couldn't physically leave the forge alone. I will just go crazy and start attacking something. To actively remember to press the rock, like, nah. It's gonna turn off after a minute. I'm like, okay.
I mean, I just assume you have Zoth with you at all times. He's like your fucking Psychosis bodyguard.
Yeah.
Devin's got that look again. Talk to him.
It's too late. I just snatch him.
Or you say bye stream.
Yeah, bye, stream.
Last stream.
Bye.
Next week.
Bye.
Next week.
Latest